Hi, it's Nigel Smith with The Guardian, once again at the Sundance Film Festival, joined again by Lanre Bakare. Now, diversity has been, the focus of so much of the talk at the festival because of the Oscar nominations, which came out a few days before the festival actually began. And of course, there were the lack of nominations for any people of color in the acting category for a second year in a row. Robert Redford was obviously asked to comment on that.
Well, his whole shtick was that independent film is diverse because you get an opportunity to tell stories that the mainstream doesn't want to focus on, which some people found a little bit inadequate as an answer. And he kind of dodged it directly when he was asked about the Oscars.
Not really satisfactory, but I kind of see his point, especially going back to, past winners of the Grand Jury Prize like Beasts of the Southern Wild, Precious, and of course Fruitvale Station.
Fruitvale. All
films, featuring black characters. Many of them directed by black filmmakers. So when you come to Sundance, you expect to see a diverse crop of films. A lot of the talent that at the festival has been forced to comment on the diversity issue in Hollywood, most notably Julie Delpy, the French actress.
Julie Delpy said that she thought it would be easier to be an African American in Hollywood than a woman, which caused a lot of controversy and was a bit ham-fisted, and she's actually rolled back on those comments and apologised, which isn't surprising.
So when you come to Sundance, you expect to see a diverse crop of films, much more so than you would in your average multiplex. And you saw one such film yesterday that's been brewing a lot of controversy and acclaim.
Yeah, possibly the buzziest film of the year for... Probably because it comes at the time of the Oscars diversity route, and that is The Birth of a Nation, which is Nate Parker's film, which is all about the Nat Turner slave revolt. He got a standing ovation before the film even started. Yeah, it was an incredible thing to be involved with, to actually sit there and see the film being shown. People were kind of going crazy throughout the film. Personally, I wasn't completely blown away by it. I found some of the characters a bit too thin. They weren't very well written. The violence as well was quite... it was almost like a horror film. It was almost like a gore kind of shock film. Someone asked me if it was like Django Unchained. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like gratuitous. It was to get to the point, but the way it was done was quite cartoonish at times. It's going to be a film that you're going to read about a lot more. It's just been bought by Fox for $17.5 million, and I think they're quite excited about what it could do come awards season.
One thing that's been coming up a lot with regards to Birth of a Nation is that although it's not being heralded as a great film, just the fact that it was made is really being celebrated. And I think that, obviously plays into why it got a standing ovation before it even began to roll, just because Nate Parker, the writer, director, and star of the film, I think he tried for over 7 years to get this film independently funded and kept coming up against, closed doors. And the fact that a film like Braveheart can get a huge studio backing, but this film can't even get a studio to help. It's almost shocking.
It's almost as if the studios were a bit
scared,
reticent to show a lot of white people getting killed by slaves.
If there is a silver lining to be had by all of this, it's simply the fact that the Sundance Film Festival continues to champion diverse filmmakers and really diverse subject matters, as evidenced by a lot of the films playing in competition at this year's event. Keep checking back throughout the end of the week for more reviews from the 2016 Sundance Film Festival.